The quiet crossing guard sees a boy's solar system project soaked by a speeding pickup and watches his hope collapse. She risks her job during the morning rush and spends her last $23 at a dollar store to rebuild it with him under a bus shelter. The act changes the feel of the corner and sparks small fixes in the community without fanfare. Before we get started, tap, like, share, and subscribe to join the journey. And tell me, where in the world are you watching? Drop your country below. I love seeing the global trail of these stories. The woman in the orange vest is at the corner before dawn. Her breath is white in the cold. The red stop sign leans against her hip like a shield. She taps the bottom of it on the curb to wake up her hands. The vest has seen more rain than she can count. A whistle hangs on a faded lanyard. The letters on it rub smooth. Cars glide past with fogged windows. Some drivers lift a few fingers from the wheel. Some look straight ahead, like the corner as a screensaver. A coffee cup rolls near the drain. She bends and grabs it, tucks it into the small plastic bag she keeps tied to the pole. She notices new sneakers and mismatched mittens. She calls kids by name if they like that, and just nods if they don't. Dogs know her. They sit without being asked when she steps into the street. He shows up hugging a shoebox like it's a small pet. He's thin in an oversized blue hoodie, the sleeves chewed at the cuffs. The box is black with a hole cut in the top, and strings hang inside. A few labels are taped on, letters wobbling in marker. He tiptoes around the slick leaves and looks at her once, quick and hopeful. The pickup takes the puddle like a dare. It roars through the deep water that collects by the curb, big tires tossing a sheet of brown. The wave hits the boy square. It hits his box. His hoodie clings to him. The strings inside the box sag and snap. A planet, a ball wrapped in foil, breaks loose and rolls into the gutter. The truck does not slow. Its tail lights blink, as if winking. He stands there, soaked and small, the box sagging in his hands. He bites his lip so hard it goes pale. Water runs down his cheeks. It is hard to tell if there are tears in it. He looks at her, not angry, not anything, just trying to hold and not drop. Her radio crackles about a late bus on Cedar. More kids will be here in 2 minutes. She needs both hands and all her eyes. She tucks him under her umbrella and gets the first group of kids over, fast but careful, shoes squeaking on the paint. "You okay?" she asks when they're back on the curb. He looks at the ruined box and says, judging his first period. His voice is dull, like a pencil worn to the wood. She sees the hour in his face, the work that happened at a kitchen table with glue that didn't stick and hands that tried anyway. Simmer of panic starts in her chest, then flattens as something steadier fills up there. She blows her whistle, clears one more lane. The late bus sighs and kneels by the curb. Drenched kids clamor off. She flags down a mother with a stroller at the curb. "Can you hold the sign and vest for 5?" she asks, already sliding the extra vest from her bag. The woman's eyes go round. It's not how it's supposed to go, but she nods. She stuffs her arms into the neon and holds the pole like it's live wire. "Plant your feet, make eye contact," the guard says. "They'll stop." She jogs to the dollar store 2 doors down. The bell above the door rings like a squeaky toy. Everything smells like lilac cleaner. She moves with purpose down a bright plastic aisle. Black poster board, foil, a roll of clear tape, white chalk, thin string, a sheet of silver sticker dots. She counts in her head, adds a cheap umbrella from the end cap. At the register she spills crumpled bills with cold fingers. The total is 23 and some change. She hesitates just long enough to feel the weight of the number. Then she pays. The bag handles cut her palm as she runs back. They set up under the bus shelter with the plastic bench. The clear walls are freckled with rain. She tips the ruined shoebox upside down and shakes loose the soggy paper. The boy stares like he's watching a home fall in slow motion. "You lead," she says, and puts the new board on the bench. "Tell me where they go." He nods. He knows the order by heart. Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth. He says them like a spell and crumples foil into small balls with stiff hands. She twists the string into arcs and tapes knots in place. Chalk dust smears on her coat. 2 girls from the 3rd grade press their faces to the shelter wall and watch, eyes ovals. She finds a way to make the ring for Saturn with a loop of sticker backing. The boy's mouth settles as he works. He leans in. He makes labels with neat, careful letters that soak but don't run. He corrects one by blowing on it and placing it again. His hands are steadier now. By the time the bell warns, She has tape on her fingers and chalk on her coat. The board is not perfect, it is honest. The 4 planets shine dull in the grey light. The sticker dots make a belt that almost looks right. She writes on a scrap with her blunt pencil, "Project ruined in puddle at Crosswalk, rebuilt fast. Please grade idea, not mess." She tucks it on the back where a teacher will see. He holds the board like it's a tray of something hot. He looks taller. He looks more like a kid who did the work he said he did. He says, "Thank you," so soft she almost doesn't hear. She touches the edge of the board to steady it. "Go," she says. "You'll be late." He goes. He does not run. He moves with care. He glances back once, and his face has a piece of sun in it. Something in the air steps down from sharp to soft. The rain thins. The woman with the stroller gives back the vest, cheeks flushed with the thrill of holding cars at bay. A man in a sedan who usually taps his horn out of habit drops his hand and gives her a real nod. A teacher hustles by with an armload of folders and leaves a paper cup of coffee on the guard's chair without stopping. She doesn't drink coffee. She warms her hands on it, and it does the job anyway. When the rush quiets, she takes the crumpled, wet galaxy out of the gutter and carries it to the trash. The foil planet that rolled away sits by the drain. She fishes it out with the tip of the stop sign and sets it on the bench to dry, just because it seems right to save one more small thing. At lunch, in her studio with the plant that never blooms, she counts out coins. She spreads them on a folded bill from the power company like they could make it lighter. She has $41 left until Friday. The number hums in her head. She opens a tin of crackers and eats them dry. Her knee is angry again. She presses a warm pack into it and breathes. On the fridge is a magnet shaped like a star. Under it is a picture a kid drew of her last year, orange vest too big, smile too wide. She lets that steady her more than the tea she can't afford to brew strong. She thinks of the boy's face when the foil ring sat right. She thinks of how quick that truck was gone. She pushes the receipt under the magnet too. Money comes. Money goes. The corner keeps needing her. It will need her in the afternoon when kids slingshot toward home and forget to look. In the office by the front door the next day, a clear bin sits on a chair. Someone has sharpened oops box on the front. Inside are glue sticks, tape, index cards, and a ruler with stickers that look like planets. She sees it through the glass when she walks by to use the staff bathroom. She doesn't say a word. She doesn't have to. The next morning, a clear plastic cover sits on the pole by her chair. The woman with the stroller drops it off like it's always been there. "Found this in my garage," she says, "for the sign. So puddles don't make their own weather again." The guard fits it over the stop sign. It makes the red look sharp even before the sun shows. Cars begin to stop a little earlier. Maybe it's the new cover. Maybe it's the way she looks at them, steady and not mad, like there's a better person inside that car and she chooses to see that one. The late bus driver pulls up and sets the brake with a sigh like an apology. He waves. She waves back. The boy leaves a folded note under her cone that keeps the bench from blowing away. He writes, "It got second. Then under that, you saved it. The paper smells like school." There's a sticker of Saturn in the corner. She slides the note into the pocket of her vest. Later she finds it there and reads it again in the laundry room while the dryer shudders and the light flickers, and she smiles at the wall. A teacher she doesn't know by name lingers at the crosswalk at dismissal. "He told me," the teacher says, voice low, "you made a morning into a thing he'll keep." Then the teacher just stands there for a second and helps guide 3 fourth graders who, trying to walk and throw a football at the same time, no one makes a speech. They just work the corner for 3 minutes together. It wasn't holy or huge. It was tape and foil and $23 and getting wet again in a cold rain. It was asking a stranger to hold a sign that means stop and trusting she could do it. It was choosing to be the person who fixes one small collapsed thing. That's what the job is, even when the job reads crossing guard on the city badge. She plants her boots where the white paint starts. The plastic cover on the stop sign shines. The note with the satin sticker is a soft square against her chest. A breeze lifts the edge of her beanie. Across the street, the boy holds his backpack tight and walks like a person who knows where he's going. She raises the red, and for a breath, the whole world does what the sign says. It stops. Then she lowers her arm, and the light rolls on.